This video lesson is on what's known as the triangle angle sum theorem. Now, we've all learned in the past that the three angles of a triangle add up to 180, but we're going to kind of take a little deeper dive into this thing. The first thing I want to do is make sure that you guys understand what this interior actually means. So interior means the inside, if you will. So I know angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 would be known as interior angles. So interior would be angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. If I were to take each side of a triangle and extend it out, extend the one up on top, extend that out. Take the one on this left side and extend that out. That creates exterior angles to the triangle. 4 I want to use right there. 4 would be an exterior angle to the triangle. 5 is an exterior, and 6 is an exterior. And if you notice, the interior and the exterior together at each of the three vertices makes a linear pair. Our focus for this theorem is just on these three angles. We know that they add up to 180. Okay, so let's see how it's going to be applied. All right, so they're going to give us a problem like this first one here. It says find the measure of each angle indicated. Well, there's only one angle indicated right there by the question mark. I'm going to call the question mark X. And what I know to be true is I know that X plus 20 plus 130 has to add up to 180. This is what is known as the triangle angle sum theorem. From here, I'm going to use some algebra, combine like terms. I get X plus 150 is equal to 180. I'm going to subtract 150 from both sides. And I find that the measure of that angle, X in this case, would be 30. All right, so let's see another way that they could do it. They could give us a picture like this. Now, the only difference here is instead of a question mark, now they gave us an expression. And within this expression, notice the directions say solve for X. I'm going to use the triangle angle sum theorem to create an equation to solve. So I'm going to start with 8x plus 3. I'm going to add to that the other two angles, which would be 55. And we know that that box right there means plus 90. And those three add up to 180. So again, just to make it clear, here's one angle, here's the second angle, here's the third angle. Again, I use some algebra here, so I combine like terms to get 8x plus, let's see, 90 plus 55 is 145. Plus 3, 148. I'm just going to quickly on my calculator double check my arithmetic. And I get 148, okay, is equal to 180. I'm going to subtract 148 from both sides. And that leaves me with 8x equals 32. And divide to solve. And I get X is equal to 4. Now for this problem, that's all I needed to do. Why? Because the direction said solve for X. Look at the directions on this problem now. The directions on this problem say find the measure of angle A. I know angle A is up here and is represented by that expression. In order to find the measurement of that angle, I have to find X first. I know the three angles of a triangle add up to 180, so I'm going to write down X plus 58 plus X plus 63 plus 75 equals 180. This again is the triangle angle sum theorem. Here's one angle, here's the other angle, here's the third angle, all added together. I'm going to combine like terms. Now remember, X is the same as 1x. So if I combine them, I get 2x. I'm going to cheat with the calculator here. I've got 58 plus 63 plus 75 equals 196 is equal to 180. I'm going to subtract 196 from both sides. And I get 2x equals negative 16. Divide to solve, I get x is negative 8. But that's not the question that was asked. All right, I now need to find the measure of angle A, which will be negative 8 plus 58. Notice I substituted that negative 8 right in there for the x. So I know that the measure of angle A is 50 degrees. All right, the last two problems that I wanted to go over with you guys are just some scenarios of how they can make the triangles a little bit bigger, a little bit more involved. Both questions say find the angle indicated. So on number 4, they say find that question mark. On number 5, they say find that question mark. But in order to get to those angles, I have to know some other geometry. All right, I know that I have a triangle up here on top on number 4. I know that if I add those two angles together, 55 and 30, and subtract it from 180, I know that that tells me that this third angle here is 95. I know from past knowledge of angle pairs that 95 and the angle right underneath it are the same because they're vertical angles. So now the problem I'm trying to solve here to find the missing angle would be x, remember that's my question mark, plus 95 plus 34 equals 180. All right, so that algebraically would tell me x plus 129 is equal to 180. And if I subtract 129 from both sides, I find that x, or the missing angle, would be 51 degrees. Okay? Similarly, over in number 5, they want me to find this question mark, but I don't know enough. I don't know two of the other angles in this triangle. I have to first find that missing angle to be able to find the question mark. So let's see. I go to this triangle on the left. I know I have 50 and 65. So if I add them together, I get 115. And if I subtract that from 180, I learn that this is 65 degrees. Now, if I look at this 65, this 80, and this other missing angle, I know that those three angles also form a line. So they add up to 180. So if I take 180 and subtract from that 65 and 80, which would be 145, sorry, I end up with 35 degrees for that angle. I'm now ready to solve an algebraic equation. X, representing the question mark, plus 35 plus 115 equals 180, or x plus 150 equals 180. Subtract 150 from both sides, and I get x is equal to 30. Now, one thing to point out, guys, on these kind of problems like this, you don't have to write the algebraic equation when you're just trying to find a missing piece, as long as you know how you're finding those missing angles. Hope this helps. Good luck. Please complete any assignments associated.